Hello, everyone, ladies and gentlemen. This is Heart Talk coming to you from Kuala Lumpur every Monday at 10 p.m. Tonight, we have a guest couple, Wilfred and Carmen, who build a business together, and we will hear the story about their business. And as with many businesses, you build a business, you incur debts, and you accumulate a debt, although you may be making profit. You still owe the bank. And I would then like to ask them to share later how they cleared the debt. So let's begin with some background on the business. So Wilfred and Carmen, welcome to Heart Talk. Can you tell us about the business you built together as a couple?
Okay, hello KH and Peggy and everyone. Thank you for having us today. So we started the business in 2015. We didn't have experience in managing the business. Soon we end up with a debt, like heavy debts, kind of affect us badly, our relationship, our business, which eventually we called a day in 2019. We are in the business of storage rack, like the one is seen in IKEA, in third-party warehouse, in home or office usage. So those kind of light duty, heavy duty packing system. And also we have clients that we cater for F&B, oil and gas, medical, things like this. This is our introduction.
How long did it take you before the business started making good money for you?
I think the business wasn't really making money because we didn't have the awareness and we were lost, like really what to do. We were like doing for the sake of doing, and there was no direction. The business really make money was that after we attended the trainings that took place in Hanox. So specifically is the ALS, Advanced Living Series, and of course LEAP. So we attend these two, and in year, I would say 2020, that's the turning point where we start to make money, because that's when we actually base from home, so our cost is to the bare minimum, and that's where we actually start to be profitable.
What were the changes you made that got you to be profitable when it wasn't before? You say you move your business to the home, right, to cut expenses.
I think the main thing that was the possibility. What is the possibility that we have such that we can really focus, look at what we really want from this business? Number one is to be responsible for our debts that we created. Are we not looking at something that we have not been looking at, such that this could actually support us to debt-free eventually?
This change that you talk about, that you just described, it sounds like it is a change in your thinking rather than a change in the business, right?
Yes, the business still go on, still the same bread and butter business. It's the mindset that changes, because we only need to do some little changes in the mindset. We will eventually get the result that we wanted, the outcome, which is to clear the debt.
You mentioned being responsible for the debt. Can you say a bit more about that?
I think like in the past, before we joined the training, we did not really look at it. We were like just glance it and skip it through. We didn't really like look it in front of us, like in our face. This is what is happening. We didn't want to really face the thing because this is avoidance, I would say. But when we shift our mindset to, okay, we want to be responsible for our business, our debts, and for ourselves and for our relationship that we are going to create, this absolutely changed everything.
So this responsibility thing seems to cover several areas. Previously, the money issue was causing problems in the relationship also, you said, right? Your being responsible seems to be like, we want to be responsible for our relationship and for our business, and that includes being responsible for the debt that you have been avoiding. So It's like total responsibility. I don't know how to ask you, how did that come about from the training that do you remember a moment where both of you made that decision?
I think when Carmen completed the training, what she told me was the debt was just a number only. I was fearful of the number because it's quite big at my age. I have never experienced how to handle that. But then when Carmen told me that this is a number, eventually you will get it one day. So when that day came, right, and I know that it is just a number, I no longer have fear with the number of the debt. Rather, I learned to have a new relationship with the debt, the number. When the new relationship kick off, I know that we will eventually get our goal, which is clearing the debt.
When you had this new relationship with the debt, when you look at it in the way that you just said, how did it affect the whole business? And how did it affect the way you run your business? What was the feeling?
Wow, You want to share?
The feeling, I don't know, but I don't know why I just got I got a thinking is I need to appreciate in this moment I facing this problem. And that time I'm just 28, 9.
I think what she's saying that she's feeling grateful that that happened. Yeah, because at the age of 28, 29, that actually built on the character that molds us in 5 years of us today. So without that, right, we won't be who we are today. So we are grateful for what happened that time when we are so young.
That's very interesting. From running a business like everybody else, you actually came to a point where you became responsible. That's the shift you mentioned, right? How did you run your business differently once you became responsible? What were some of the things you did differently when you realized you were responsible?
The thing is, do the thing that I do not want to do, because there was a lot of resistance in what we want to do. There was this character of ego, not wanting to accept what really happened. It give us a heavy blow of what we are really going through.
So you had to experience a heavy blow first. You were looking at things as they are, right? Instead of avoiding, right? So that came as a heavy blow first, right?
Because we didn't accept, I didn't accept that the thing happened. The number one thing that I feel that we should do for everything that happened is accept first. Don't think about anything. Number one, accept. If you don't accept, more things is going to come. So you accept first, then better things will come.
Where did you learn that from? Because it is kind of like something new, your attitude like that. Can you explain how you were able to accept? Because previously you say you avoid, you don't look at it, you're afraid of figure. How did that come about? I mean, I get the picture. I think it's a very powerful experience you had.
I think I learned this accept is from the training advanced learning series. It was not like a overnight thing. It takes time to work on it, really accept what is going on. It takes courage and openness and being honest with myself.
It is so difficult normally to face the facts, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Eventually, you cleared all your debts, which is why I was so interested to get your story, right? Can you tell us from that point when you started accepting the facts as they are, how did you proceed from there to eventually clearing your debts? It wasn't done in one go, was it?
No, it took us quite some time. I think it's about 4 years to really be focused and apply what I have learned. I think especially in LEAP. So there is this thing like set goal, a certain timing, like probably a couple of months or half year or 1 year. Every duration, what is the goal that we want to set? If we achieve it, okay, good. But don't over celebrate. We keep on going. And there'll be time whereby sometimes due to certain things we encounter, we may not be reaching our goal. But I think one important thing is to be very, very clear, like why we are doing this. If we are not clear, if I'm not clear why we have to clear this debt, then we will not achieve it. Because this is like a 4-year journey. So it's very, very long. It's really not easy. Because I think the challenging part will be actually how two of us can work together. It's like from last time we had a lot of arguments and disagreement. But I think once Carmen saw the changes in me, she also got inspired by me such that, we can really work together. I remember that she told me this sentence, that amount is just a number. Do not be fear of the number. I should be, fear would be myself. That will be the biggest enemy.
That was the LEAP. That means living every day in abundance and prosperity training, right? And the goals that you talked about, was that part of the training which taught you how to set goals, short-term goals, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, right?
Yes.
Wow. And that's all you did, set the goals.
One of the regular thing that we did was this. Another thing was apply some principle that we apply in LEAP, which was very, very useful. Yeah, like we done some clearing. So clearing was like we throw away or we donate or we recycle things that we do not want in our house.
I love Carmen's wisdom. Dear, this debt is only a number. That's wonderful. What was your experience when you finally realized that you paid off all your debt after so many years? It took a few years, right?
Yeah, we took a few years.
Yeah, it's happy. Happy at the moment. 就是还了钱，然后
什么体验？
It's exciting, happy. Shoulder is more like, yeah, the feeling is quite special.
Yeah, very special, yeah.
So my experience that point of time was we really clear our debt. I mean, I couldn't quite believe that, we done it. Like we have done it, but my mind is still, done it. Really, we done it. So I was quite shocked.
I think my one experience is more funny is from him, because that time he's outside and he keep asking me, really ah? Really ah? Yeah, now I just want to do the transaction and approve the money and settle this. Then he keep asking me, macam dreaming ah.
It's like, is it really happening?
That's very interesting. Too good to be true, right?
Yeah, then I'm asking, is it really happening, you know?
So how does it sit with you now, this accomplishment, this result?
I feel really proud of myself and my wife Carmen, because it is a 4-year journey. It is not easy. Like I said, along the process, you know, apart from focusing on what we want to do, which is clearing the debt, we also had difficult moments. I don't know how to say this 4-year journey in this short Zoom, but I would just say that everything we do was worth it.
So all the difficulties was worth it.
Yeah. One thing I want to add is there are relationships that we have repaired, that we have worked to create new relationship with whoever was involved in this. We are glad that, you know, we have created new relationship with them.
Part of the process, you transform your relationship with what? Your business partners, suppliers, and all that, is it?
Yes.
How different is the business now compared to when you realized that you had incurred so much debt?
I think right now the business is abundance. Why? Because in the past, I was being reminded by my family that I had to work hard, I have to go and see myself, facilitate the whole thing myself, I had to go and jaga A to Z myself. So right now, I think it's quite different. Like I'm still getting used to it, because right now we are getting things quite easily. The business is very different model from last time. Right now is we attract what we want, and it's very easy. And it's not just 1 month, not 2 months, not 3 months, but it's ongoing. What I believe is actually practice what we attend in the training leap. So this is like abundance. I told Karma I feel so lazy, but the things, you know, it just comes and it's so amazing.
And I believe the power of the word.
Oh, explain, please.
Yes. What we declare and what we say will come.
Wow, that is an amazing statement, Carmen. What you say and declare will become. That's so powerful. I can understand that we all grow up with a background of you must work hard, otherwise you will not survive. And then now you have to tell yourself that you feel lazy because it's the opposite of working hard, right?
Yes.
But the business is still flowing and without that kind of hard work.
Yes.
This belief about hard work, right? And
Yeah.
you say you work hard to clear your debts.
In the past, yes.
The working hard to clear your debts, is it the same feeling as your parents tell you to work hard? Do the two work hard, are they the same?
I think it's different.
Different.
How is it different? Both say work hard, but you say one is different. Does it feel different or is it different? How is it different?
In the past, the work hard is keep forcing. And after that, the work hard is I'm happy to do this.
That second work hard where you're happy is after you recognize and face up the facts and the debt and everything, right? Responsibility, right?
That's the turning point. Apart from responsibility, also possibility.
I have a Chinese word for you, Wu Wei.
Wu Wei.
I think you are displaying the phenomena of Wu Wei before you understand the word. Thank you for sharing, because there are certain distinctions you shared today which are very, very powerful.
Okay,
The
you're
difference
welcome.
between taking responsibility and you say you're happy to do as opposed to feeling a burden. Carmen and Wilfred, really appreciate your sharing today. I mean, it's very inspiring to hear those few simple things that are so powerful. That responsibility changes everything for you. Looking back, you could see that was a turning point. And also realizing, and this was such a powerful statement from Carmen, that the power of speaking and declaring, it becomes true. It's like crazy. I think people find it difficult to absorb that, but it's been true in your life and in your experience. And your prosperity and abundance covers your relationship, as well as your money, as well as your business, and as well as your relationships in the business circle. Would you like to say a few words to our audience before we close the session?
I think abundance for 我比较影响我很大的那个，还有一个就是 appreciate， 那个 appreciate 就是也是有帮助很大。
I think what she's saying that another thing about abundance is that serve her a lot will be appreciate.
The power of gratitude then. Thank you, Carmen, for that. Wilfred, any last words?
I just want to thank Hanox, Gage, and Peggy for having us here tonight. Feel honored to be part of this space. If there is anyone that who want to have a better version of themselves in their life, who wants abundance and prosperity in their life, please give a good consideration about joining the ALS and the LEAP workshop taking place in Hanoks. That'll be all.
Thank you. So Wilfred and Carmen, thank you for your sharing. It has been very powerful and inspiring and very clear. So appreciate your time here. Let's together wish our audience good night. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us. And we will see you Mondays at 10 p.m. next Monday. So goodbye.
Goodbye.